Hello everyone! Today we are here to react to episode 2 of Bungou's Redux, okay? And before you guys have time to comment on that, yes, this bookshelf is emptier than usual, and that's because I have taken a couple of books from here that I am studying currently, and that leads me to the fact that I am actually quite glad to have the chance to sit and react to Bungou's Redux because I have been stressing about my law school exams, and because of that, I haven't been having much free time to just sit and watch some anime, some manga, some series, anything really. So I am glad I finally can just relax and watch something and comment on it. All of this being said, let's go for the video.
Where am I? What happened last night?
So, a lot of things happen in such a short period of time, but in a nutshell, you discover that you can turn to a gigantic tiger, and that's probably the reason behind why we're kicked out of the orphanage. And oh, by the way, everyone knew except you, and that's why they kicked you out also.
Sleeping under a roof feels so good.
Atsushi deserved so much better. I feel so sad for him right now, but I am glad that he finally has a place that's, well, safe to sleep in. I mean, technically everyone sleeping in that same dormitory is batshit crazy, but hey, that type of crazy that can keep you safe, you know? So a win's a win.
Oh, okay, I'll get it. I'm coming. I'm doing it right this second. Which button am I supposed to push? This one? No. This one? Come on, yes, hello?
No, wait. No. No. I think that this is the first time in his life that Atsushi had a phone, and that's why he was so confused about what buttons to press. Does this mean that outside of the people in the orphanage never really contacted everyone outside? Oh, no, that's sad, dude.
I apologize for asking, but I need help with a teensy-weensy emergency.
Emergency?
Yes, and it's quite urgent. I'll give you the specific location, and I need you to meet me there immediately. This is a crisis, and you're the only one who can help, understand?
Okay.
In all honesty, Atsushi is way better than me, because if I had just woken up and someone called me and tell me, hey, I have a huge problem, you're the only one that can help with, I would be like, what? I just woke up, what do you mean? Okay, I absolutely love the intro, but there is always one thing, one small detail that freaks me out. This is the fact that Dazai is literally falling in the beginning of the opening of the anime, and I have flashbacks from the Beast timeline, and I get like, please don't be foreshadowing for anything. Please. I hope that it is a metaphorical fall, okay? Because this freaks me out a lot. No, because the intro is so cool. I love season 1 intro so much. Like, the cinematography of this intro is just, I don't know, it's so satisfying to watch. Really, I love it so much.
What are you doing?
What do you think?
I think I'm hallucinating this whole thing.
Wrong! Guess again.
Okay, first and foremost, let's stop to analyze Dazai's flexibility here, okay? Because that's actually insane crazy, because here not only one but two legs appear, and if you try and lack flexibility, you know that's sometimes can be quite challenging when you have the two legs at the same, up to something like that. It's just weird, because let's think for a while. Bro, two legs up here. It's crazy. Bro.
I see. So this is a way to commit suicide. You chose to do it and you think that it's working. I don't see what the problem is.
I like the idea of suicide, but I'm not at all interested in pain and suffering. Who wants that?
This is me from the editing stage, and I just wanted to comment on the fact that Dazai made pretty clear that he hates pain, and then we noticed that he has bandages covering all over his body. I am haunted by this realization that I had.
Why didn't you call your other co-workers? Couldn't they have helped you get out of the barrel?
Oh, I called them all right. I told them I was at death's door. They didn't understand my predicament. They were all like, well, congratulations. You're finally doing it.
Supportive friends.
This is messed up. Because the thing is, I feel like we are at this point aware of the fact that Dazai uses humor as a coping mechanism with his mental health situation, and whenever he's around people, he often says it in a more like jokingly way, like making jokes, not really in a serious way. And that's one probably to cope with it. But the second one is probably in order for people to don't take what he's saying so seriously, so that if something actually happens and he actually plans to go along with it, people probably will not interfere. Okay, but oh man, it's so messed up. Okay, and I know this is the anime. I know the characters are like this, but I just feel like it is kind of careless from the characters, like not paying much attention to that. And I fear that at some point in the story, that might return to cause some chaos. Or maybe I've just read way too many fanfics about that possible scenario and I am now projecting onto the story. That's a possibility also.
Jeez. Anyone gifted with supernatural powers isn't totally right in the head.
And here poses the question, are they not right in the head because they have abilities? Or do they have abilities because they are not right in the head? Because I am genuinely curious about that sentence, because there's been like a couple of times during the story, and in the story we also notice like patterns, people that have like special abilities, and I want to know why people have abilities so much. Because now Asagari has confirmed it's going to be like a part 2 of the story, that part 1 is going to end with chapter 130. And I wonder if in part 2 we are going to have more answers about that. Because there are just too many questions. Also because it has also been confirmed that there are also monsters in the story, technically, like not human creatures or animals. And I want to know how all of that fits in the bigger universe of Bungo Stray Dogs, okay? Because I feel like there's just so many things for us to understand yet. I have so many questions!
Everyone at the Armed Detective Agency, I mean, the private investigators, they're all gifted with powers, right?
Right. We're an armed force taking on enemies the police don't stand a chance against.
Then I don't stand a chance at joining the agency.
Jeez, they have some self-esteem. It all starts with that. Just love yourself and little by little go build that self-esteem, okay? Just trust me, it will be worth it in the end.
It's true that I have the supernatural ability to turn into a tiger. But what good is it if I have absolutely no control over my power? I'm not even aware of it once I start to transform. And I can't will myself to change into a wild tiger. So I don't understand how I'd be of any use even if I could join.
Oh boy, you're gonna have such a surprise in the next hours.
I've decided I'll look for a low-skilled, low-wage job I can handle. I'm just a little afraid it won't be very easy to find.
In all honesty, in this economy, I understand this fear, okay? Getting a job in this economy isn't crazy. I haven't like reached that like searching for job stage yet because I am still taking my college degree. But I have friends that are like on that stage already. And dude, this is crazy.
No point spoiling the fun, but just so you know, there may be a test of sorts.
A test?
Atsushi, can you read and write?
I can. They taught me at the orphanage school.
Great, then you'll be perfect.
So, here's a fun fact about the Detective Agency, okay? Before the members join, they actually do a couple of tests. And in Dazai's entrance exam, the light novel, Dazai scored like the highest grade in all of the tests. I felt like I had to share this information, okay? Just damn! Big brain energy at its finest. So, yes, guys, Dazai is canonically a hot nerd.
Just leave it to me and everything will be fine, don't you worry. After all, I am Dazai.
The most trusted member of the Armed Detective Agency and a true hero to adoring fans.
The adoring fans part, yes, absolutely. However, trusted, I have my serious doubts.
I've been looking everywhere for you, Dazai! You bandit squandering machine!
No, that nickname is so good. Wait, I had an idea. I am going to start taking notes of all the insults that appear in Bungou trailer, like these creative insults, okay? And I am going to, at some point, when I finish reacting to the whole series, make a list with all of them and probably read them out loud. Oh, wait, where do I have a notebook for that? So, I don't have a notebook for that yet, but I have this book with pages that I can take from, so I will begin writing like a couple of the insults that appear in the story here. Okay, bandage squandering machine.
Oh, you Kunikita! Why couldn't you come up with a better nickname?
I don't know about you, but kind of many. Oh wait, no, it's about the bandages, and they are there for a reason. Oh, wait! I just noticed ATSUSHI'S expression in this scene. Dude is already so done with Dazai.
One of yours? A call in the same month?
That skinny rat needs to pay his tab, okay? All 6 months worth!
Skinny rabbit.
I'm flabbergasted. Who knew you were so skilled at doing impressions of other people?
You worthless cat! Stop ridiculing me!
Worthless cat.
I have second thoughts about accepting his help. Maybe I should just look for a job on my own.
That would be the better option. Yes, absolutely. But this economy, Atsushi, are you sure you want to do that with this current situation? I mean, capitalism stuff like in its latest stage, you know, and the problems are trying to be too much. So I will advise you, at least for now, take his help, please, for the sake of your own well-being.
Just lost a whole minute with this idiot. He's got a knack for wasting my time. We've got to get to the agency!
We do.
We have an emergency. A man has taken a hostage and threatened to blow up our office.
Yeah, I have my serious doubts about Kunikita's nectar. Because this scene just, dude, that was the easiest delivery possible. And I'm saying this as a theater kid, okay? As a former theater kid, he could have done better. Just saying.
It's all your fault. The awful armed detective agency's fault. Now where's the president? Bring me the president!
This is good acting. Or maybe he's just actually insane and is like pretending for a while. Which is also a possibility, in all honesty.
Based on what he's saying, the bomber seems furious at the agency.
Honestly, I don't think I can help you. May I go now?
Let's stop thinking about the fact that Atsushi let them drag them along until he was there. And to be like, hey, I want to get an help. Can I leave now, please? Like, dude, you could have arrived at the door and just start spitting the other way. It was that easy. All right, the economy. Never mind, I forgot.
Then there's only one option.
Are they gonna use their powers?
Okay, so here's a absolutely random fact that I have been thinking about the game Rock, Paper, Scissors, okay? Because I have been thinking, why do some people choose either rock, paper, or scissors to play first or more than other options, okay? And I reached a couple of theories. According to my analysis, people that tend to use rock the most tend to be like playing it on more on the safe side, often to like avoid risks the most, and they're the type of person that notice like very careful with everything they're doing. On the other hand, people that often play scissors, we have two options. One, they often are like more risk-taking, they're more okay like taking risks. Secondly, well, they are from Switzerland and are trying to make a joke. I am saying this because the amount of queer women that I have met that when they're playing the game often chose scissors just to make a joke is actually it's actually insane. Now, for those that often play paper, I'm not sure, okay? They either were like confused about which one to pick and pick none of the options, or just were like still thinking and people playing, they were like, wait, we're playing already, and they had like paper. I don't know, dude. I also want to know for that one.
You're Kunikita. You want me to lower my guard, so you can use that annoying ability of yours to stop me. Well, that sure ain't happening. Lay down on that desk on your hands and knees, and keep both feet above your head.
Huh?
You'll do exactly as I say.
Yeah, I take back what I said. It also failed at delivery. But this being said, I am trying to make a mental image of how you would sit on a table like that, and I am still confused. Like, what? If someone here draws fan art, please use your powers and draw like an accurate description on what he was saying, because I am still confused.
Oh my. Whatever shall we do now?
Uh-oh. I just got a really bad feeling.
Atsushi.
Absolutely not.
I haven't even said anything yet.
Damn, Sushi, those cat senses really failed you this time. Like, how? How it took you so long to think about that? Because aren't cats like supposed to be like the real life version of Spider-Man, where they have like a sixth sense or something like that?
How about you put on an act? Make it depressing, like you think you're a real worthless human being. I know you can do it.
That's so not a thing you should ever say to anyone, especially someone who just met. Like, I beg your finest pardon?
Why the hell would you get involved in this situation?
Because what you're doing isn't right. No matter how you feel, you shouldn't threaten to kill people. Think about the wonderful things worth living for.
Yeah, like what?
That's actually a very good question, and as someone that has been thinking about meaning of life for ages, I think I have an interesting perspective to give, okay? Because ever since I was younger, I was always obsessed with the why are we here? What is the meaning of life? Why are we alive and all of these things? And after years of pondering about that, I actually have a theory, okay? And think with me, okay? We are human beings, okay? And all living things in the world are alive. And as much as human beings try to complicate life, okay, and the meaning of life, perhaps the answer is simpler than we think. Let's think about the meaning of life as something that is inevitable. It's something that we cannot avoid. Let's think about meaning of life as something that is the meaning by itself, and we can never avoid it. It is just why it is, and we want it or not, is why we are here, and that's a fact. And what is the only thing that all things that are alive can never avoid? That is being alive. The whole point of being alive, the whole meaning of life, is to be alive. To be happy, to be sad, to be angry, to feel bad feelings, feel good feelings. All the experience of being alive is the whole point of life. Okay? People try to complicate this because we as human beings have grown up in a world where we are probably the most intelligent life form on Earth, as far as we know, okay? Remember, we don't know everything in our own world, okay? I feel like the part to mention that. And with our brain developing the way it did, despite we being rational animals, we still have a lot of the older programmation, and most of our beliefs, specifically like the religious ones, okay, they tend to be a lot based on the fears of the primitive mind to some extent. So when we are facing the whole point of being alive, the whole absurdity of the point of it being just being alive, some people, they feel like it has to be more than that. There has to be something deeper than that. But this is the only time you're going to find me saying that it's not that deep, okay? It's the only time I ever say this. The whole point of being alive is being alive. Okay, maybe it's that deep, but in a different way, okay? Because people try to complicate this so much, and I sort of understand because we are trying to find reasons to understand why we go through things we go through in life and try to give like, that's the meaning of life. No, the point is to be alive and experience life. Okay, but yeah, these are just my thoughts on the meaning of life. I thought like a good time to share those because I've been thinking about this for the longest time, and I've heard a lot of theories in my life about like the meaning of life, like nihilism, absurdism, and all of these theories. And the one I've reached, I'm not sure if someone like ever said it before. Probably someone did think it before. I am just complicating things. But the whole point of being alive is just be alive. So live your life. At the end of the day, despite you wanting to recognize it or not, we are still animals. Human beings are animals. And no matter how much we try to complicate life, the purpose of our existence is the same as all the other animals that exist in this world, okay? And that is to be alive and to live our life.
Beyond rice is a reason to live! Oh, and sleeping somewhere with a roof over your head. Waking up under a roof is great. And when you open your eyes, every day is a new day.
This scene, it says so much about Atsushi that it's just, oh my god, the baby has been through so much. Because essentially, his main purpose was again like feeding ourselves and having a safe place to be in. And this just feeds like into my previous like point I made that Atsushi spent most of her life in survival mode. And I am reinforcing this because I have witnessed an insane amount of people calling Atsushi pathetic or a crybaby because he is just, always like having these stresses and these flashbacks and all that. And I'm like, dude, this is a character actually showing a realistic reaction to trauma. Why are you all hating on him? I know we are like in a time where empathy seems to be non-existent, but just why?
I'm sure you wish you were dead sometimes, but there are many people who keep on living even though their lives are completely awful. Oh, people like me! I don't have any family and no friends either. I even got chased out of an orphanage. I have nowhere to go and no hope for the future. What's worse, I turn into a wild tiger.
ATSUSHI has been through so much, guys. Why do people keep hating on him? Just let the boy be happy, man.
Because I'm a useless member of society. But I'm still alive and I haven't gone psycho!
Doing great, Atsushi. It's almost like this performance isn't just an act for you.
You smart fuck. You... yeah. This motherfucker, I know he plotted it from the beginning. He wanted this specific... I think that he really wanted like ATSUSHI to have this reaction because the members are probably suspicious of him trying the agency because of like he was like being searched for and all of that. And I feel like this situation was like for him to better understand ATSUSHI, but also for the other members like, yo, dude, he is not a threat, okay? He is okay, he is safe, just... No, you guys are getting what I'm saying? I hope so.
Now why don't you put down that bomb detonator and we can look for jobs together?
Are you sure you want to search work with him? I know the economy is bad, but it is not as bad. Oh wait, no, never mind. The economy really is that fussed up at this point.
One man down? Are you kidding me?
Why was that so cute? Why? Why was that so cute? Why? Why?
But speaking of your health, I've been meaning to tell you. I heard that if you're too neurotic, your aging becomes accelerated.
Really, is that true?
Yes, you should write this down.
A tip for better longevity. If you're too neurotic, your aging becomes accelerated.
I'm messing with you.
You little weasel, I'm gonna...
Little whistle. No, but actually, jokes aside, I know that Dazai trying to mess with Kunike in this scene, but actually, stressing too much and being too neurotic can actually make you seem older sooner. I know it sounds crazy, but I think it's been like proved scientifically, if I'm not wrong, because I think I read something about that at some point. But yes, it makes sense. And also, stressing a lot can also end up affecting your health. So if you are someone that often stresses, please try to keep your calm for your own well-being, okay? But yeah, he's like joking here, but that's actually real.
I swear, anyone with supernatural powers is not totally right in the head.
Well, yeah, we already know that. You didn't need to put all a full-on show just to, let us know of that.
Something. There's nothing here.
I think about this scene so often. Because, think with me, okay? ATSUSHI finally had a safe place to sleep in, finally had decent meals, and was reflecting about reasons to live and reasons to stay alive. And with all of that happening, he still decided in the end to sacrifice himself to save other people. If someone says once again that ATSUSHI shouldn't be the main character, I think I'll actually get violent, because what do you mean? I'm telling y'all, I really don't understand ATSUSHI hate. It is so forced. Like, oh god, like how?
So she was in on the entire thing too?
You mad? If you're upset, you should blame Dazai. Or yourself. After all, you chose an idiot like him to help you find work.
Wait, does that mean this is the job?
It sure is. I told you there was a test involved.
As in, an entrance exam?
Okay, guys, this just proves my point forward, okay? Because before I said that one of the reasons behind why Dazai wanted ATSUSHI to sort of like make that discourse about that was especially like to understand him better, but also to make sure the other members that he wasn't a threat, okay? That they could trust that he was a safe person to be with. Because they were like really concerned with that. But it not only like shows that to the members, but also the viewer itself, so that you can have like a better understanding of ATSUSHI. I feel like this first season, the first couple of episodes, is us trying to understand why ATSUSHI is the way it is, why he acts the way it acts, and us to have like that in mind during the rest of the story.
Would you hire them?
Power alone doesn't make one fit to be a member of the agency.
That is a quote that I think about so often, okay? Because, as a matter of fact, power alone doesn't make anyone fit for anything, literally anything. Especially because we live in a society where the idea and the concept of power is rooted a lot in these misogynistic ideas. Probably because most of human history, or the last centuries of human history, have been, well, patriarchal, okay? Where we have men in position of power, not because they were fitted for it, but because they were violent, aggressive, and oppressed the rest that didn't like what they were saying, okay? So the idea of power is written a lot in this idea of who has control over who has dominance over who is stronger than who, and all of those things, they don't make anyone fit for anything, okay? Absolutely anything. True power, the one that actually matters, lies a lot in knowing your strengths and your weaknesses and using your strengths to help yourself and others, and with that, making your life and other people's life better. What is the point of scaring people, of intimidating people, of dominating people, or being strong enough to like scare them, other than to feed your own insecure ego? Because that's the problem. And most men, they don't like women because of power, and they fear the idea of like a matriarchal society because they fear that the woman will treat them the same way they treated the woman during the whole history of humanity, okay? And that's why so many men are like against gay men, because they are scared at some level that gay men will treat them the same way they treat women. And that's the sad truth of it all, okay? But yeah, this was just a small reflection about power. I think that was useful to mention because I often like am consuming media and I start to think about what is being said, and that relates to other topics I've thought, because I perceive fiction as a way to understand reality. Because some people say that reading fiction is pointless, there's no point, especially with fantasy, but sometimes those types of histories help us understand a lot of other things about our own reality and our own life.
Congratulations, you passed your big exam.
No. This job is way too violent for me. You people are completely reckless.
Yet you're the one who threw yourself on a bomb to protect the rest of us. That takes a special kind of person.
You know he's right. I can't believe how brave you were.
You'll do fine working here.
Will I?
I am just so happy for Atsushi with this, okay? Because this character deserves all the good things in the world. He has been through so many things, and he's still gonna go through a couple of more things during the rest of the anime, and I know that. And I'm just happy that his life is getting better than it was at the orphanage. I think because knowing what happens next, I also get some concerns. And this was episode 2 of Bungou's Redux. I am actually so happy that I could just take time off my day to just sit and react to the anime. I have been missing watching videos so much. But anyways, this is episode 2. I wonder, what are your thoughts on this episode, not the story in general, and what are your thoughts about some of the reflections I made on the video today? All of this being said, I hope you guys liked the video, and until next video, guys.